So, welcome to this information session on the Deafblind Mentoring Program. We'll start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, where David and I are, and pay respect to their elders past, present and emerging, and also to the traditional owners where you are, because we certainly have Perth with us, and hopefully we'll get Tasmania and maybe some other places too. So what we're going to cover today is just very briefly what is mentoring and a bit of a background to this project, how it came about. Also, why mentoring for people with deaf blindness. We're going to cover what will be covered in the training, just so people have an idea of the training that's coming up and the topics that we'll cover. And we'll talk a little bit about the program, but then mostly it's really for you to ask questions and get more information and hopefully decide you want to join the program and do the training with us. So I'll hand over to my colleague David Murray from Deafblind Australia now.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Meredith, for the introduction of the information session. This is an exciting program that Meredith and I are working on. So firstly, I'm just going to talk about how the project came about. With Deafblind Australia and Census Australia both receive funding through Information Institute and Capacity ILC as part of the project on deafblind member organisations and the Deafblind Information Hub. One of the key areas is to undertake providing information and capacity building of individuals with deaf blindness and provide peer mentoring, training to people with sensory disabilities who will mentor people with deaf blindness. These mentors will help people with deaf blindness share their experiences and build their own knowledge about access to the community. Deafblind Australia and Census Australia will both be working together to set up the very first national deafblind peer mentoring program designed to develop and strengthen the skills, knowledge and the confidence to the members with deaf blindness. So what is mentoring? In this program, peer mentoring is a process through which a more experienced person with sensory disability encourages and assists a less experienced individual with deaf blindness to develop his or her own potentials within a shared area of interest. The resulting relationship is a shared one in that both individuals in the partnership have the opportunity for growth and development. The peers are individuals who share some common characteristics or attributes or circumstances. These may relate to age, ability, interests, etc. Peer mentors are individuals who have more experience with the common area, along with the additional training how to assist another in learning the skills, knowledge and attitudes to be more successful. So now we'll talk about what does the meaning mentor come from. The name is derived from the Greek character found in Homer's Odyssey named Mentor. The mentor was the trusted friend of Odysseus during the Trojan War. Mentor stayed behind in Ithaca to watch over the upbringing of telemachus, which is Telemachus.
Sorry, David, can you say that? I've just completely lost you on this one. Sorry. Can you go back?
Yeah, which one?
So someone stayed behind and the mentor stayed behind in...
Yeah. The mentor stayed behind in a place called Ithaca. It's spelled Ithaca, to watch over the upbringing of Telemachus, is Telemachus. It's the son of Odysseus. So that's mentoring that's still used today. So let's talk about mentor. Mentor is the one who brings support to people with deaf blindness to learn the skills, and a mentee is the one who's seeking the knowledge and skill to achieve the goals and do things they want to do in their life. But some of the mentoring activity is very individual to you. You might like to learn the skills you want to develop. So we'll look at some of the examples of the goals you might want to set up. The advocacy skill is looking at learning the skills to identify the barriers and knowing how to address them. Understanding the NDIS is knowing how to set up your goals, your plans, and knowing how to manage your services and supports and get the most out of living with deaf blindness in your community. And others include assistive technology, public presentations, cooking, effective communication, English and writing skills, independence in the community, and studying at TAFE or university. So why mentoring with people with deaf blindness? Being a person with deaf blindness like myself, I received mentoring support working for Deafblind Australia by learning from a person with more experience navigating the not-for-profit sector. This provided me with the skills and confidence managing the varied roles I share with Deafblind Australia. I've developed the capacity to ask for support when in need. Having the knowledge also helped me support my peers to build skills and confidence. This peer mentoring program is designed in an effort to address the diverse needs of deaf blindness and support individual skill and ability, as well as to create a community of learning that could be used for continued social connectedness and professional development. Mentoring can help reduce the negative impacts of deaf blindness by having access to peers with lived experiences of sensory loss. This mutual support helps reduce isolation, depression, and anxiety by understanding the challenges of sensory disability and maximize the success and reach the goals, desires, or needs. So now we're going to hand you over to Meredith, who will talk a bit more about what's in the training session. And I hope that's you've got most out of that. So thank you, Meredith.
Thank you, David. Everyone needs to see you more than they need to see me, Sarah. I just want to check in, Karen, has anybody else joined or sent a message with any technology issues that we can address? So Craig, can you unmute Karen, please?
Karen's unmuted.
Okay, so no issues, Mary, but Wilma has joined us and Paola has joined us.
Okay, great. So we've got Wilma, Paola.
But she seems to have gone again. So she's popping in and out intermittently as she can.
Heather online?
Sorry?
They're still online?
Wilma is, but Paola, no, she's gone for the minute.
What about Heather Lawson?
Heather's here, yeah.
Great, okay. All right, so now I'm going to tell you about what's going to be covered in the training sessions. There will be 4 training sessions over the next 4 Wednesdays that we expect all people participating in the program to take part in. So I'll go for approximately 1 to 1.5 hours each Wednesday afternoon at this same time. And in the first session, we will cover in a lot more detail what is mentoring. So a bit more about the history of mentoring, so you understand where mentoring has come from a bit more and how different people and different professions use mentoring, and really understand what mentoring is and what mentoring is not. And then if you feel like you're in a mentoring partnership and it's going down a certain path, you can say, oh, this feels more like counselling or coaching. So you'll be clear on what mentoring is and what mentoring is not, so that you are better prepared for your mentoring partnerships. We'll look at some case studies of mentoring, particularly case studies of people with deaf blindness who have been mentored. In the second session, we'll look a lot at communication, because the key to any good mentoring partnership is all about the communication. We will look at different types of questions that mentors can ask to get more information from their mentee, and also look at different communication styles, because we do all have different communication styles, and the better we know our own style, the more we can adjust to get the most out of the mentoring relationship. We'll look at receiving. So they talk about active listening. I think because we're deaf-blind, for a deaf-blind group, we're going to talk about receiving and how different ways that you can receive messages or information or questions that people are asking you, and how to develop our receiving skills, because that's one of the key qualities of a mentor. Just on that, with the training, we're wanting the mentees and the mentors to all go through together. So it's a learning opportunity for everybody, not just for the mentors to learn these skills. So that's the second session, will be all about communication. The third session will be about setting goals. And we'll have a few different templates and forms for you to look at that we'll give you in the second week. So you've got a week to think about them and fill them in. One is a wellness assessment, and going through those questions can start to give you some ideas of areas in your life that you might want to work on, and some goals that you might want to set with a mentor. We'll also look at a personal development plan, so you get really clear on what sorts of things you would like to achieve from a mentoring partnership. So setting some goals and talking about setting goals that are realistic as well. So thinking about the amount of time you have with your mentor and what you would like to achieve in that time of working together with your mentor. In the final session, we'll recap and go over any questions or learning that people have that they've been thinking about over that week, and look at the process for the program, where to from here, what will happen, and get people thinking about what the next steps will be for them. So that's what the training will be, those 4 sessions. I wanted to talk a little bit now about matching, because matching's quite important, getting the right mentor. And there's a few ways we can go about the matching process. So One way is that we can match you. So we'll be inviting different mentors from other areas. So people who are deaf or hearing impaired or blind. And we can match you, but we would check with you first if you were happy with that mentor. I think sometimes people like to be matched with someone they know, and sometimes they like to be matched with someone they don't know. So we would want to get that information from you, the sorts of things that you want in your mentor. Another way of matching is that if there's someone that you know that you think would be a really good mentor for you, you can approach them directly and ask them if they'd be willing to be a mentor, or you can ask David or myself to approach them. They might say no, that's fine, but if there's someone in particular, it's okay to actually ask somebody if they'd be willing to join a mentoring program with you and mentor you over a certain period of time. If we're having trouble finding a match, we would find out exactly what you want in a mentor and then start looking for someone with those attributes and work to finding someone to match you with. So I'll just talk really briefly about how the program will run from there. So we'd do the 4 weeks of training. Then we'll look at matching all the people who want to be in the mentoring program. And then there will be a mentoring agreement that you'll fill in with your mentor that talks about confidentiality, how often you will meet, when you will meet, where you will meet, how you will meet. It might be over the phone. It might be by video conference. It might be face-to-face. So starting to think about all of those things and what will work best for you, and setting that up with your mentor from the start to make sure you're both really clear on how it's going to work, and setting the time frame, setting some meeting times. Then during that process, David or myself will check in with you to check that things are going okay, there's no issues, troubleshooting. But you can also contact us at any point if you have questions. Then you'll sort of work with your mentor on your goals that you've set. And then at the end, we'll evaluate and check how the process was. Because I think this is a new program and we're all going to be learning. So it's a good opportunity for us to find out what worked really well for you, things that you might have done differently. And so that if we run future programs, we'll know how to improve them, to make them even better for others, or if you'd like to participate again. So that's really the overview we wanted to give you.
I'm going to do a quick intake to this.
Great. So I'll now open it up to questions. We're thinking that you might have lots of questions, and hope that's given you a bit of an idea of what's going to be covered. So if you want to ask a question, there's a few different ways. You can type in the chat box, and you can press Alt-H on your keyboard to get into the chat. Or you can click on the raise hand button, or press Alt-Y, that will raise your hand. And then Karen will let me know who's got their hand up. Thank you, Karen. Or if anybody's typed in the chat. And Craig can unmute you. So you can either sign your question, or you can use your voice and ask. So Karen, have we got any hands up, or any questions in the chat, or any comments?
Not yet. I have a question. So if I'm thinking of a couple of people who aren't here that I know have expressed an interest in having a deaf mentor or deafblind mentor support them in establishing a business. So obviously a specific skill set that they're looking for. Is that something that you would be able to help with?
It's Meredith. Yes, absolutely. That's something we could do. I think that's a great example, Karen. So I'm really glad you asked that. That's a very clear goal. I guess you'd want to narrow it down and make it really specific on what aspects of the business they're a bit not sure about. And so setting some goals around developing some skills to set up the business. But then I think that's very clear that it needs to be a signing person, a deaf signing person that has set up a business before. They would need those skills to help set some activities. I guess that raises a really good point, that mentoring is a lot more than the time you spend with your mentor. You're working for that whole month. Usually you would meet about once a month. That's what we recommend with mentoring. And in between, you'd be following up with activities and things that your mentor suggested. You might email your mentor in between saying, well, I tried this and it didn't work and I'm not sure what to do now. And they can email you back. But to be involved in mentoring means you're doing, you know, quite a lot of work outside. So good question, Karen. And yes, definitely that's something. I guess we just need to say there's a possibility that we won't find a mentor, but David and I will do everything we can to find a suitable match to work with you. Because it's a national program, I know people often ideally will meet face-to-face. That's always the best option. But because of technology, we can meet virtually and remotely. So you could meet by Zoom or FaceTime or Skype. And I think that can be a good option for people who are signing. And I think if it's a business, you often wouldn't want a mentor setting up in, or a mentee setting up in competition to you. So it could be good to have someone from interstate where it's not going to be in direct competition, or a business that's a very different type of business. So there's those things to consider in the matching. So thanks for that question, Karen. It prompted me to think of lots of other important things to say.
So Wilma has her hand up, Mary.
Right, Craig, can you unmute Wilma?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Wilma.
Okay, great. I'm sorry, I joined a bit late, so I've missed a little bit. The question is, when does this, because this is just an introduction, I understand, and we're going to have 4 sessions of actually mentoringship, is that right?
It's Meredith speaking. So there are 4 training sessions. So we're going to cover quite a bit of goal setting and good communication and what exactly is mentoring. So there's 4 training sessions that we do expect any participant to take part in, because that's a good opportunity to ask us questions and learn more as we go from those 4 training sessions. Then at the end of the training, we will do the matching mentees with mentors. Right. Does that answer your question?
That's one of them. I know what I am like as a person. So if I felt it was better for me to write than to see them in person, is that a choice I can make?
It's Meredith, yes, Wilma. Mentoring is highly individual and it needs to meet your needs. And it's useful for people not to know that I coordinated a mentoring program for about 5 years for speech pathologists. And I know that some of them preferred to do it all by email. That worked best because they could read the email, give it a lot of thought, and then write their long answer back. So yes, the short answer is yes, it's fine to do it by writing, and the key will be to find a mentor that's happy to do it by writing. Yes. So whatever communication method will work best for you, we'll try to make that work.
Okay, 3rd question. When are these mentoring sessions? Because I didn't know yet about the dates and things.
So the training sessions are this time for the next 4 Wednesdays. So in Perth, it will be 1 o'clock for the next 4 Wednesdays. And they will go for an hour to an hour and a half.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very welcome. David, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Wondering if everyone online interested in participating in the peer mentoring.
So I'll just first check. Heather, was there anything you wanted to ask or any comments?
Yes, there was.
Yep. So Craig, can you unmute? Well, Heather can sign and Kate can voice. Is that okay? Or is it better if Marie voices? That's probably better, isn't it? So Craig, can you unmute Heather, please? And if Heather's interpreter voices.
Hi everyone, I'm here. So when we have the mentoring training, will you be providing us with interpreters? Plus, future mentoring. It doesn't matter who it is, just saying it's an example of a deaf-blind person who speaks. Will there be interpreters covered within the program?
Meredith, good question, Heather. So yes, all interpreting is provided for the training. Ideally, we would look at matching people with a similar communication style. So signing people with signing people, or oral with oral. If there's a mentor that seems like a really good match and the mentor and the mentee are both happy but they have a different communication method and you need some support with that, we can look at that. So I guess we'll look at each case by case, but the answer is probably. Definitely the interpreting is covered for all the training sessions.
Great, thank you. I just wanted to make sure, but that's good to know that it doesn't matter.
Okay, great. So it's as I keep saying, it's very individual and it's whatever you feel most comfortable with, what's going to work best for you. So Karen, are there any other comments or any other hands up?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. So David just asked, and you might not want to share this with everybody, and that's fine, but David's just curious of the people online who thinks they would like to participate. And I guess we hope that we still might get some more people. Even this is just an information session, and hopefully we will get some more people online for the training. I know of a couple of people that couldn't join us today that are interested, so hopefully we'll get a few more for the training. So, I'm just curious, maybe if you can write in the chat, yes, interested, if you're planning to participate or not sure. And it's also fine if you don't want to share with everybody. And even if you do all the training and decide it's not for you, that's fine. I'm sure you'll still learn a few things along the way with the training. So it's a good opportunity to find a bit more about mentoring and what it's all about.
Yes, I'm interested, says Paola.
So Paola's interested. Great to hear.
Who's the babysitter?
David just asked, who's babysitting? Are there any other questions or comments? I hope this has been useful and people have got a little bit more of an idea of what it's going to be involved. It's very new for David and I, new for Senses and Deafblind Australia, but it's a really good opportunity to get people supporting each other and learning, developing skills. It's, Meredith, I guess another focus, because we were funded to get information out about the NDIS, But I think in some of the goals, it might be looking at how you would build that into your NDIS in the future. Like if there are things you're wanting to learn and develop, how you might build that into your plan down the track. Thank you, Kate, for stepping in. We appreciate that. Okay, Karen, no hands up or comments?
Nothing further. Just, I'm assuming there'll be a follow-up email from you both as to who wishes to engage, and I'm happy to circulate that amongst our community to see if there's some people who've missed this opportunity who might be interested.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you, Karen. We'll certainly be reminding people that the training is starting next week and letting people know it's okay if they miss this session, but that if they want to participate in the program, we do expect people to attend the training. We understand some things come up and there can be clashes, so we'll record the session so people can watch them after, but ideally people would be able to attend every session and make that commitment. That's one of the things about mentoring. The more you put in, the more you get out. So we do expect a time commitment from the mentees and the mentors to participate in the program. David, did you have any other questions or comments?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much to those who made the effort to come along today. It's quality, not quantity, as always. So thanks for the high quality, the good questions. I'll just check if one last time with Heather, if you have any questions or comments before we go.
I guess it's just the start of this. So hopefully I will be there next week for the communication workshop, but it just depends on me traveling home. So we'll let you know on that one, Meredith.
Okay. Okay.
So
hopefully.
if you're gonna, maybe next meeting, would you be able to provide some cake?
Ha 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 ha. We always say it's great. It's great that we can all get together from all around Australia and meet, but the only problem with Zoom is that we can't share cake. We just have to bring our own cake and eat it on our own while we look at the screen. So very sorry. We will have interpreters, but no cake.
No worries.
Okay, thanks, Heather. No more comments or hands up?
Have any?
Yes, me.
Oh.
Is that you, Wilma?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. You got me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, what I just wanted to say as a joke, we can all bring our own cake and have it together on screen.
That's not a bad idea, Heather. And I know sometimes when I Skype with my friends, we organise to boil a cup of tea before we...
Oh, you found it? Yes. Sorry.
I think it's a good idea, Wilma, to prepare yourself with your cup of tea and your cake, to sit down
No.
and enjoy it together. So David just said, I know sometimes people don't feel comfortable or confident to ask a question in front of everybody. You can always email myself or David if you have any questions that you didn't feel comfortable to ask, or if you think of a question later that you forgot to ask, or something we said today makes you think of something else you want to know. It's fine to email us anytime with any questions that you have. Okay.
And I guess they're going to sign up if they want to start the program.
I guess it's from the training. So it would be helpful. We will set the we'll send out the meeting invitation this week for the training next week. And it's important that if you're wanting to join the program, you'll need to register to the training. So I will send out an email with all that information in it, so that everybody knows if they want to participate in the program, they need to attend the training, and let David and I know that they're keen to participate. So it's an exciting time, and we're really looking forward to working with you all on it, and all learning and growing and developing together. Okay. I think, Karen, are you still there? I know Karen needed to leave. So I'll just trust. So Craig, if there's no more questions or comments.
No more question. Yeah, Karen's gone.
Okay, thank you, Craig. All right, thank you to Sarah and to Kate for jumping in at short notice to interpret. Thanks, Karen, for reading out the questions and keeping an eye on the hands, and to Craig for the tech support. And David, it's good to work as a team.
Yes, yes.
Jump in. Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody, for making the time, and hopefully we'll see you all this time next week for the first training session. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.